Hello, class. It's time to continue our discussion on communication and culture. Today, our topic is nonverbal communication, or expressing ideas without words. Can anyone give me an example of this?
The OK sign?
Yes, the OK sign is a common gesture. In the USA and Korea, it means all right, but the gesture doesn't mean the same thing in all cultures. There's a famous photo of Bill Clinton, who was president of the USA from 1993 to 2001, making the OK gesture. And this photo caused some confusion in other countries, like Russia, where this gesture means zero.
In my country, Brazil, this is a really offensive gesture. When I first saw the photo, I was shocked.
Thank you for your comment. Gestures can have different meanings in different countries. Another type of nonverbal communication is physical distance. It means how close we sit or stand to other people. Cultures create the idea of personal space, that is, an invisible circle around you. When someone comes into your personal space, you feel uncomfortable. But the size of the circle depends on culture. Let me show you. Amy, stand about 70 centimeters away from Samantha and talk to her. Okay, now take a step toward Samantha and keep talking. Samantha, stay where you are. How did that feel, Samantha?
Wow, that was uncomfortable. I kept wanting to move away.
Exactly. Amy was stepping into your personal space. In some cultures, standing that close would feel natural. For instance, in many Latin American countries, it's expected. But to you, it felt uncomfortable. That's because it's normal to stand farther away in your culture. Next, let's talk about the third type of nonverbal communication, eye contact. In this area, cultures can be completely the opposite. For instance, in Asian countries, it tends to be disrespectful to look directly into the eyes of an older, respected person. However, in North American and Arab countries, the exact opposite is true. In these countries, eye contact means respect and attention, so it's a good thing. Okay, can anyone think of another type of nonverbal communication?
Is hugging a type of communication? When I was an exchange student in Japan, I visited the home of a Japanese friend of mine. When I entered, I tried to greet her mother by hugging her, as I always did with my neighbors in Mexico. Her mother, however, got embarrassed. It seemed like she didn't know how to respond.
Yes, that was a form of communication, and that story is a good example of a cross-cultural misunderstanding. Hugging involves touching, which is the fourth and final type of nonverbal communication. The rules for touching are different in different cultures. For example, in countries like Mexico, France, and Italy, hugging or kissing is natural when exchanging greetings. But in countries like Japan, people don't usually touch each other when they meet. As we've discussed, there are four types of nonverbal communication: gestures, personal space, eye contact, and touching. Just like words, they differ across cultures. Let's keep that in mind so we can avoid misunderstandings and develop good relationships.
Game over.